My best friend's girlfriend said that she needed space, then disappeared with her ex. Until this happened. My name's Lucas, I'm 30, and what I'm about to tell you is the slow-motion train wreck of how my best friend Ryan had his entire relationship set on fire by the person he trusted most, and the coldest revenge I've ever seen someone execute without raising their voice. Let me give you the setup. Ryan and I have been best friends since college. He's the stable one. Spreadsheet guy. Introverted, loyal, makes his bed every morning kind of guy. He's the dude who double-checks parking apps and organizes his glove compartment. Real husband material energy. Enter Emily. Emily is 28, creative type, self-employed in social media marketing. She's gorgeous, spontaneous, and so chronically online it's like her emotions are powered by likes. Ryan met her at a friend's gallery opening. She wore a red dress and smelled like coconut and chaos. He was hooked in under 5 minutes. I had my reservations. Not because I was jealous, Emily was never flirty with me. It's just, she had this edge. That curated charm some people have when they're always performing. Like everything was either aesthetic or ammo. Still, Ryan fell hard. Within a year, she moved into his apartment. Technically his place, he bought it 2 years ago, pre-Emily. She brought candles, throw pillows, and a constant stream of boxes from Amazon. She also brought Jordan. Jordan was her ex. On and off since high school, supposedly dead and buried emotionally. But his name popped up way too often. Jordan used to make fun of this playlist. Or Jordan always said that park was haunted. Always casual. Always just history. Or so we thought. Now, the actual story starts 3 months ago. Ryan was chopping onions while we were on a video call. Just a chill weeknight catch-up. Then his phone buzzed. He checked it. Froze. Didn't say anything for a solid 10 seconds. I finally asked, everything okay? He held up the screen. A single message from Emily. I need space. Don't contact me for a while. I need to figure things out. No fight. No warning. Just that. Ryan didn't scream. Didn't throw anything. Just exhaled slowly and said, all right. I asked what he was going to do. Give her what she wants. That's Ryan. Always calm. Always reasonable. Too reasonable if you ask me. So he let her go. No texts. No stalking her socials. No drive-bys. He just kept living in the apartment they shared. For about 5 days. Then Friday night I got a message from a mutual friend. A screenshot. Instagram story. Beach. Cocktails. Blue water. Emily. In a bikini. On vacation. And not alone. Jordan. Shirtless and tanned, holding her hand in the background. I called Ryan immediately. He picked up, voice flat. I've seen it. That was all he said. Apparently she'd blocked him from seeing her stories but not everyone else. Carolyn, one of her party girl friends, tagged her in it publicly. Like they forgot Ryan was a real person and not just a loading screen between relationship upgrades. The caption? Island Vibes 2 Arts reunited and recharged. She ghosted him for a week to go play bikini model with her ex. And she thought she was slick. Ryan wasn't even mad. Not visibly. That's what scared me. Saturday morning I got another message from him. Locks are changed. Car's next. Now let's talk about the car. Emily had terrible credit. 6 months ago her car died. She couldn't lease a new one, so Ryan synced that he has put a used Mazda in his name. Loan, insurance, title. All his. She just made Venmo payments whenever she remembered. He kept the spare key. Saturday he drove it to a dealership. Explained everything. Walked out with $16,000 in pending paperwork. She was still drinking out of coconuts while he deleted her life from his. He didn't throw her stuff out. Packed it neatly into the guest closet. Didn't even touch the bedroom they shared. Not yet. Tuesday night, around 9 p.m., it happened. She came back. I was on the phone with Ryan again. Just checking in. Suddenly, I hear banging through the speaker. Ryan? Ryan, what the hell? Open the door. He muted himself. I heard footsteps. Door unlocking. Then I hear her voice. Panicked. High-pitched. You changed the locks? Are you serious? Emily, Ryan said calmly. You asked for space. This is what that looks like. She went quiet. Then she asked, where's my car? I swear, I could hear the smile in his voice through the phone. You'll figure it out. Then he shut the door. And that was just the beginning. So let's talk about what happens when a woman walks back into the apartment she abandoned, expecting her man to still be holding a candle and instead finds herself locked out, her car gone, and her place in his life permanently reassigned. Emily wasn't crying. Not yet. She was angry. Clipped and condescending. You can't just lock me out of my own apartment, she snapped. Ryan kept his tone flat. It's not your apartment. Your name's not on the lease. You don't pay rent. You don't even pay utilities. You were a guest. She started pacing outside the door. I could hear it through the phone, heels clicking, voice rising. You're being insane. We just needed space. It doesn't mean we're over. He leaned against the frame. You were on vacation with your ex, while asking me not to contact you. What exactly do you think this was going to be when you got back? She faltered for a second, then tried a new tactic. Ryan, please. Let's just talk. Inside. Like adults. Adults don't vanish for a week and come back with a tan and someone else's hotel bracelet still on their wrist. Silence. Then the voice dropped to something softer. I didn't mean to hurt you. I just needed clarity. Ryan didn't flinch. You got it. Now you know where you stand. She stormed off. 20 minutes later, I got a text from him. She's gone. Round 2 starts tomorrow. And oh, buddy. Round 2 was petty and precise. First, he called the dealership. Finalized the car sale, $16,200 wired to his account by Tuesday. Then he went full data wipe. Netflix? Logged her out. Hulu, Spotify Prime? Boom. New passwords. Her favorite playlists were renamed to Cheater's soundtrack. She tried to Venmo him for a shared bill the next day. He declined the payment, screenshot it, and replied, "This isn't a service. This was a mistake." The real twist came when she emailed him. Yes. Emailed. Like it was a formal complaint. Subject, urgent, let's have a mature conversation. She begged. Apologized. Claimed she didn't sleep with Jordan, lol, okay? Said it was just emotional clarity, not cheating. That she was scared and confused and spiraling under pressure. Then came the threat. If you don't let me in, I'll come with my mom. You don't want that. He forwarded it to me. Asked if I wanted popcorn or wine for the next part. We chose both. The next evening, it happened. Emily showed up. With Deborah. Deborah has a walking headache. Blonde bob pearls, speaks like every sentence should be engraved in gold. She once told Ryan that men who cook too much are usually hiding something. He opened the door. Stood there in joggers and a hoodie. Calm as ever. Deborah started the show. This is absolutely outrageous. You can't just evict someone like this. She's lived here for a year. Ryan didn't blink. As a guest. No lease. No legal standing. And here things are in a box. Labeled. In the closet. Would you like to see the receipts? He pulled out a folder. Copies of emails, bills, lease agreements, even the car title. Deborah stammered. Emily looked like she was trying not to melt into the floor. We'll take legal action, Deborah spat. Do it, Ryan said. But tell your daughter to start with a new address because she's not stepping one foot in this place again. He stepped back. Shut the door. And that was when the crying started. Through the peephole, Ryan said she sat on the hallway floor sobbing while Deborah made hushed phone calls to someone, probably a cousin who's watched too many courtroom dramas. But here's where it escalates. 2 days later, Ryan got a call from HR. An anonymous report claimed he was emotionally abusive to his partner and had a history of controlling behavior. They opened a formal investigation. And that's when we knew. She was going to war. HR meetings are never fun. But when you've just been accused of being an emotionally abusive manipulator by your freshly ex-girlfriend, the one you let live rent-free for a year, it's something else entirely. Ryan took the meeting like he takes everything, calm, prepared, and terrifyingly collected. He showed up with printouts, email threads, screenshots. He even had a spreadsheet logging the timeline of events, including when Emily told him she needed space when she went on vacation with her ex and when she came back to wage war. His HR rep, Marcus, looked like he wanted to crawl under his desk. I'm not saying I believe her, Marcus said, but we're required to follow up on any allegations. Of course, Ryan said. You'll find everything you need in the evidence packet. The whole thing was handled in less than a week. No violations. No further concerns. File closed. But it left a bitter taste. It meant she was still trying to get her claws in. If she couldn't guilt him back into the relationship, she'd try to punish him for leaving it. Then came the worst part. She showed up at my apartment. I was mid-laundry when the buzzer rang. I opened the door, thinking it was my neighbor dropping off a package. Nope. Emily. Hoodie, sunglasses, voice just above a whisper. Can we talk? I said, I'm not getting involved. I just need someone who understands him. I think he's spiraling. Please. I didn't let her in, but I didn't slam the door either. That was my mistake. She started crying. Told me she made a mistake. Said Jordan meant nothing. That the trip was impulsive. That she'd already ended things with him and realized she still loved Ryan. He's punishing me, she said. He's trying to make me feel worthless. I told her, you made yourself feel worthless. Don't drag us into it. She didn't like that. The next day, I got an email. From a burner Gmail account. It was a fake Reddit post. Crafted like a real one. A whole wall of text, framing Ryan as a narcissist who took advantage of a financially vulnerable woman and then abandoned her when she needed emotional support. She sent it to me with the subject line, "Is this the truth you're supporting?" I didn't reply. I forwarded it to Christine. Ah yes, Christine. Ryan's legal guardian angel. His cousin. Corporate lawyer. Shark in lipstick. She had already helped with the car sale and restraining documentation. Now she reviewed the post and said, do not reply. Do not acknowledge. Let me handle this. 2 days later, a real cease and desist went out. Not only for defamation but cyber harassment. And that's when Emily did something wild. She messaged Jordan. We only knew because Jordan posted a cryptic tweet. Imagine crawling back to someone you ditched twice because the guy you used couldn't be manipulated anymore. I screenshotted it and sent it to Ryan. He didn't reply. But later that night, he updated his Spotify playlist. Just one song. Irreplaceable by Beyoncé. Then she made her final play. Emily called Ryan directly. From a new number. Blocked ID. She left a voicemail. You want to play games? Fine. Let's play. I want my stuff. And if you don't let me get it, I'm calling the cops. I'll say you destroyed it. I'll say you assaulted me. Try me. She didn't know he was recording everything. Ryan sent the voicemail straight to Christine. That same night, I was over at his place. We were eating takeout, watching a documentary, and he looked over at me and said, "She just gave me permission." Permission for what? I asked. He stood up, walked over to the hallway closet, pulled out the plastic storage bins labeled E-clothes, E-bathroom, and E-shoes. He pointed to them and said, "She's getting her stuff all right, but she's not getting to spin this like I trashed her life." And then he pulled out his phone and opened Facebook Marketplace. Emily's things didn't disappear overnight, but they didn't stay private either. The next morning, Ryan started uploading. Every bin, every sweater, every pair of shoes, every stupid decorative mug that said things like "Boss Babe" or "Manifest It." All of it. Facebook Marketplace. OfferUp. Craigslist. Each listing was pristine. Photos taken with a light box. Neatly folded clothes, labeled by size. Descriptions were dry and surgical. Gently used Lululemon leggings, size 6. Slight stretch. Price negotiable. Candles, slightly used. Scent, eucalyptus and betrayal. He didn't tag her. Didn't name drop. But people figured it out. Fast. One of her mutuals messaged her a screenshot. Then came the texts. "Are you seriously selling my clothes online? This is harassment. Stop now. I will call the police." Ryan didn't respond. Instead, he posted the bins themselves. All 4. $20 per bin. Pickup only. No holds. They sold within 2 hours. One woman drove across town for her hairdryer. Another message saying, "Hey, sorry about your breakup, but I love this coat." Total score. Emily finally snapped. She posted on her Instagram story. Some people don't know how to handle rejection maturely. Airing dirty laundry on social media isn't healing, it's pathetic. Ryan screencapped it. Sent it to Christine. She sent back a laughing emoji and said, "Tell her to keep posting. It's making your case stronger." And then something no one expected happened. Jordan dumped her. Publicly. He posted a vague yet clearly aimed tweet. Being someone's rebound is exhausting, especially when they're obsessed with their ex's apartment and can't stop screenshotting his life. Emily commented under it, "You didn't complain when we were in Cabo." He replied, "Yeah, because it was free." Cue social media implosion. Mutual friends started backing away. Carolyn unfollowed her. So did most of their little influencer circle. Suddenly, Emily wasn't curated. She was chaotic. And chaotic doesn't get sponsorship deals. I asked Ryan if he felt bad. He said I gave her exactly what she asked for: space. Turns out it was just deep enough to fall in. Then came her last desperate play. She showed up during one of the pickups. I was there. A woman was carrying out a box of kitchen stuff, Emily's old plates, some mugs, and a pasta strainer. Emily rolled up in an Uber, flung the door open, and yelled, "Stop. That's mine. You can't take my stuff." The woman froze. Ryan stepped out of the doorway, arms crossed. "You abandoned it," he said. "It's not yours anymore." Emily turned red. "I will sue you. You have no idea what I'm capable of." Ryan raised an eyebrow. "Actually, I do. That's why you're blocked on everything but legal channels." She sputtered. Tried to grab the bin. "Is the woman holding it?" A grandma. Looked at her like she was a mosquito and said, "He's right, sweetheart. You lost this round." Emily stormed off. Left in the same Uber. Slammed the door so hard the driver flinched. Ryan looked at me and said, "3 bins left." And then the cops showed up. The cops weren't aggressive. Not at first. 2 officers. 1 male, 1 female. Knocked twice. Polite knock. Not the kind you hear before a drug raid, but definitely not friendly. Ryan opened the door like he'd been expecting them. He didn't flinch. "Mr. Daniels?" the male officer asked. "Yes," Ryan said calmly. "We received a call from a woman claiming you withheld her personal property and may have attempted to sell it without her consent." Ryan smiled and stepped aside. "Please, come in." He had a folder ready. Not a manila folder. A binder. Labeled. Tabbed. He handed it over. Inside? A copy of the lease proving Emily had no legal claim to the apartment. Screenshots of her "I need space" message. Photos of her Instagram posts with Jordan. Proof of the car's title. Photos and timestamps of every marketplace listing. Even receipts from the buyers. The female officer flipped through the binder slowly. The male officer scanned a few pages and then looked up. She wasn't on the lease at all? Nope. Never paid a dime of rent either. What about the stuff she claims was stolen? Ryan pointed to a list. Everything was itemized and stored for over 2 weeks. She was notified multiple times to retrieve it. When she threatened to lie to the police, I began documenting everything. He even had the voicemail. When they heard it, both officers visibly shifted. The woman closed the binder. Sounds like she's angry you moved on. Ryan nodded once. I just want her gone. They left. No charges. No warnings. Just a thinly veiled apology and a call us if she shows up again. We thought that was the end. It wasn't. 2 nights later, Ryan got a call. From Jordan. Yeah, that Jordan. Ryan put it on speaker. Hey man, Jordan said. Look, I know I'm probably the last person you want to hear from, but I thought you should know Emily's been talking. A lot. Ryan didn't speak. She said she was planning to fake a pregnancy. That got a reaction. She told her friend Erica that she still had stuff of yours. Hair, toothbrush, whatever. She said if the public meltdown didn't work, she'd say you knocked her up. That she miscarried from emotional trauma. Something to get the internet back on her side. I felt the rage before Ryan even moved. She said that to you? Ryan asked. No, Jordan said. To Erica. Erica recorded it. I have the clip. She sent it to me because she said she's scared of being looped into something legal. Ryan told him to send it. An hour later, Christine had it. Her response? We're done being nice. Christine sent a legal notice to Emily. Harassment. Defamation. Malicious intent. Evidence recorded. Witness testimony logged. And then, this is the beautiful part, Christine forwarded the entire complaint to Emily's brand partners. Every business she ever tagged. Every company is listed in her influencer bio. Every email address connected to her sponsored posts. Within 48 hours, 4 of them publicly dropped her. She lost her partnership with a skincare line. A clothing boutique quietly removed her photos. Even a podcast she'd guest starred on deleted her episode. By the end of the week, her following dropped by 8,000. Ryan didn't say anything. He didn't need to. The message was clear. You wanted attention? Here's the spotlight. Now dance. The message haunted Ryan. No subject. No name. Just, you don't know what she did in Cabo. We stared at the screen. Ryan read it 3 times. Then again. It had been a week since the police dropped Emily's bogus claim. A few days since sponsors started publicly distancing themselves. The dust was settling. And now this. We tried tracing the email. Burner account. Standard Gmail setup. Christine advised me not to reply. Let's shake the tree, she said. See what else falls. So Ryan did what he always does, organized the chaos. He started combing through old messages, Instagram tags, and any leftover traces from Emily's trip. It wasn't long before he found a clue. A photo Emily was tagged in, posted by a guy named Trevor. Mid-30s. Sunglasses, sleeve tattoos, yacht energy. Caption, Cabo Heat with unexpected company. In the second slide, there was a group shot. Emily. Front row. Sitting on Trevor's lap. Jordan? Not even in the frame. We stared at the screen. Who the hell is Trevor? I asked. Christine ran the name. Found his LinkedIn, his Twitter, and his company. Real estate developer. Lived in Cabo for half the year. Heavy Instagram user. Public profile. Ryan messaged him. Nothing dramatic. Just, hey. Curious how you know Emily. We used to date. Trevor replied in under 5 minutes. Bro, used to. Ryan clarified. We broke up just before that trip. Trevor, man. I thought she was single. She said her ex was stalking her. That he wouldn't leave her alone. Ryan, did anything happen? Trevor, she stayed with me for 3 nights. Said she got stuck in Mexico because she lost her passport. Asked me to cover her flight back. Then ghosted. Ryan blinked. She never lost her passport, he muttered. He had found it in her suitcase when she moved out. Christine took that info and somehow used it to get in contact with Erica, the same Erica who had recorded the pregnancy lie. Erica spilled everything. Apparently, Emily had been juggling both Jordan and Trevor. Told Jordan they were reconnecting as friends and told Trevor she was single. Told Erica she wasn't sure who had more money. She was trying to figure out which one would get her out of your apartment faster, Erica admitted. That whole space thing? She'd already booked her ticket before she sent that text. Ryan sat back in his chair, silent. I could see the betrayal settle on his face like frost. She was never confused, he said. She was calculating. That night, he made one final post. No names. No accusations. Just a caption. It's not the lies that hurt. It's how long you loved the person who told them. And then he went quiet. The next day, he boxed up the last of the leftovers. The throw pillows. The matching mugs. The broken dreams. Drove them to a donation center. When he got back, there was one message in his inbox. From Emily. Subject, I'm sorry. It was long. A confession. No manipulations. Just grief and guilt. She was admitted to Cabo. To Trevor. To play the field while pretending to cry about closure. She wrote, I thought I could live without you. I thought I wanted more. But I was wrong. And now I've lost everything. Ryan read it. Then deleted it. The podcast offer wasn't just some shady, clickbait invite. It was from Clearcut, one of the biggest relationship expose podcasts out there. Think raw confessions, viral moments, and major reach. Millions of listeners. Christine was skeptical. Only if you control the narrative, she warned. This isn't about revenge anymore. It's about dignity. Ryan agreed. 2 weeks later, we sat in a minimalist studio. Microphones, LED lights, two producers who looked like they lived on espresso and spite. The host, Danny, was sharp. Neutral tone. But you could tell she lived for stories like this. Ryan didn't hold back. He didn't call Emily names. Didn't gloat. Didn't exaggerate. He just told the story. Straight. Every twist. Every betrayal. From the "I need space" text to the Cabo Triangle to the police visit to the fake pregnancy voicemail. They played the voicemail on air. Bleeped names. Still hit like a train. By the end, Danny leaned in and asked, "What would you say to her if she were listening right now?" Ryan thought for a second. Then said, "Thank you. You reminded me that I can survive anything. Even the person I thought I'd spend my life with." The episode went live that Friday. It exploded. Hundreds of thousands of shares. Comments flooded in. "This is how you take your power back. Forget Emily. Ryan's the new blueprint." Imagine playing games and losing to a man with a binder. By Monday, "You asked for space" was trending. Even Emily couldn't fight it. She posted a story, vague, emotional, trying to spin her side again. But it didn't stick. The internet had made up its mind. And this time, Ryan didn't need to lift a finger. Sponsors started reaching out. Not to Emily. To Ryan. Brands. Wellness sites. Even a mental health app asked him to collaborate. He declined most of them. Took one offer from a men's mental health nonprofit. He didn't want to go viral. But he figured if he had the spotlight for a minute, he might as well aim it where it counted. Life moved on. Emily faded offline. Carolyn rebranded her page. Jordan posted Jim's selfies again as if none of it happened. But Ryan? He started running every morning. Read more. Laughed more. He got a dog. Named her Cabo. Just for the poetry. And me? I'm still his best friend. Still watching him build a life 10 times better than the one Emily tried to sabotage. No drama. No noise. Just peace. And power. What would you do if your partner asked for space, then used it to disappear with their ex? Would you wait? Would you forgive? Or would you lock the door, sell the car, and tell the world exactly who they are like Lucas did? Let us know in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed this story as much as I do. Help this small channel grow by hitting that like button, subscribing, and sharing with your friends. Every bit of support means the world. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.